Hi, I'm Claire. Welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I'm going to be doing a coastal house in The Sims 4. So I decided to go onto Pinterest once again and look at houses, and I found this one that kind of reminded me of the area in the cats and dogs world, and so I decided to kind of build it, but I also decided to make my own additional changes. So I did try to stick to somewhat of the original floor plan, but again, it's mostly my own floor plan. And so you can see we're obviously starting in the kitchen, which is my favorite spot to start. And I'm just going to be using these cabinets from the Dream Home Decorator pack. I forgot that word for a second. And so I just wanted to go for a very modern coastal feel in this house. Recently, the show Battle on the Beach started, and I watched that before I recorded this video, and that got me pumped and excited to film this video. And so we are just going to be trying to decide how big to make the kitchen, and I go back and forth with like the island, if it's like too close or if it's too far away. And I could, for some reason, not get the bb.move objects to work during this build, during my recording. I did go back later and add it, and it worked. And I'm like, why wasn't it working when I was recording? Like, it couldn't be something in the recording software because, like, that's how it normally works. Was it because I was watching a YouTube video? I don't know, but I'm glad it was just this one time. But I tried just go with it, try to accept the challenge and the the struggles of not having that work. And so we are now just going to be adding a little dining room over here, and I was a little bit worried that felt like a little too like claustrophobic and was like blocking it off, but then I realized I can't really like add it in between the bar stools and the glass door because that would kind of not work either. That would also like your Sims wouldn't be able to get through it. And so I just put in another item. I just put in a desk over here by the glass door, and so I felt like it turned out pretty well. And I did finally get the decor to the max kit, and that is where that rug came from. I thought it helped with like bringing out the blue in the chairs, and we are quickly just going to be going downstairs real quick and adding this sofa from the basement kit, the basement kit. And I thought that was a really fun idea to have like the living room down in the basement. This is a 3-level house because that's what it was on Pinterest. And so we are just going to be adding that desk and going to be adding a matching chair from the dining room, and just trying to keep this area kind of simple since it is out in the open. And maybe this could be a vacation home or this could be a vacation rental. This is designed for 8 Sims. Probably should mention that a little earlier, oops, but I wanted there to be I wanted it for you to decide if it was a vacation rental or just a residential home. And so we are just going to be going into the powder bath on the second level, which I want to call the first level because like the first level technically is just like basement or the like garage space. And so I'm considering this level to be the first level, and then the ground level to be, I guess, the ground level. And so we are just going to be adding a little picture because I didn't really like how that cabinet was looking. I thought it could be like a pantry in quotes, but I know that doesn't really work in The Sims. Pantries aren't really needed. And so we are just going to be adding some frames and going now onto the ground level, which is the family room area. I wasn't trying to like make this like a big focus because I was halfway thinking this would still be a vacation rental, and so I'm like, okay, this is just kind of like where the kids hang out after they spend a whole long day at the beach. And so we are just going to be adding the couch that you saw earlier, and I really like how the blanket it's like kind of like thrown over the side. It's like moving it and just cozy up. The couch does look really comfortable. And so we are just going to be adding a rug, just kind of help anchor this space. And I do change the color to be a lighter shade because I felt like the green couch and the green rug was too much, and so now we are just going to be adding a little card game station, because what better time to bond with each other than on a family vacation. So we are now just going to be going into the laundry room. Yes, this is my first house, or my third house that I have done laundry in. And that is kind of surprising just because laundry is kind of annoying to deal with in The Sims. So maybe this wouldn't be a good vacation rental. I mean, obviously you can maybe change this into like an actual office room and then just get rid of all of the laundry bins, which you don't see me add in the video, but I do come back and add it later on when I was taking screenshots, because I'm like, oh yeah, that's important so you don't have any dirty clothes throughout your sim house. And so we are just going to be adding a little broom and ironing board. I was trying to move them closer together, but again, I said earlier that cheat wasn't working, and so they are kind of like apart from each other, but I think it looks pretty good anyway. And so now we are just going to be adding some art and going to be just kind of finishing up this room. I wasn't trying to go like too art crazy because my web objective, you want this to be a vacation rental. I mean, you can obviously not have this be a vacation rental, but I was very conflicted if I wanted this to be a vacation rental or a residential home. And so we are just going to be adding a little flower picture and going to be adding a rug over here on the card table or game table. And we do have another powder bath down here on the ground floor, and we're quickly just going to go outside and add some bikes and going to be adding some play equipment in the sand pit. I thought that would be a good idea to have like a little spot to play, because maybe the kids still have a lot of energy from going to the beach, and so they wanted to have some more energy get worn out. But this does, like the second level, the first level does like look down on this area, so it's kind of like, okay, the parents can still keep an eye on them while their kids are playing, because the dining room windows and kitchen windows are just right above this. And so we are just going to be making it kind of simple, but I still wanted to have some fun stuff. And so we are now on the third floor and going to be starting off in the kids' room or the bunk room. I really thought it would be fun to have a bunk room, because I thought this could be a fun vacation rental. And so we are just going to be adding these 4 blue beds. I also have this wallpaper from the Parenthood pack with fishes on it, and I thought that was super cute since it is kind of on the coast. And so we are just going to be adding this dresser from the Dream Home Decorator pack that you can actually put clothes in, and I thought that was really fun, and I haven't used this item in a while, and so I wanted to do that. And so I made both of the clothing blue, just kind of keep with the theme of the blue beds and the blue wallpaper. And so we are just going to be decorating it a little bit and going to be just making it look lived in and fun for like kids. And so we are just going to be adding a little bunny decal, and I do add a laundry basket next to that decal. And so we are just going into the hallway. I probably should have done the hallway first. I just really excited to do the bunk room, and now we are just going to be adding a little something in this corner. As you can see, as you probably saw, I was trying to use the code again, but I couldn't, and so I just ended up going with a bonsai tree over here. And now we are in the full bath that the two of these bedrooms share, and I put a toilet in its own room because I thought that could be kind of realistic. I know it's probably not that's like not that useful in The Sims to have one sim using the toilet while one sim's taking a shower. I mean, it could be useful because they can just take multiple sims can use the bathroom, but it probably isn't that useful because the sim that's using the toilet is also trapped until the sim that is showering is done. So hopefully the sim that's taking a shower doesn't take a thoughtful shower because that's usually longer. And now we are in the primary bedroom, and so I wanted to use this bed from Island Living just to give it more of a coastal feel, and I wanted it to be a little bit calming, so I have it all white and pretty. And so we are just going to be adding these little lamps, just trying to keep it very simple in here. I do add the dressers from the kids' room into the parents' room, and so I wanted this just to feel a little bit more smaller just because there's not much space compared to the bunk room. And so we are just going to be adding the similar decorations from the bunk room onto the parents' master primary bedroom dresser. And now we are going into the teen room, and so this room is for two teens who I was trying to keep it very generic because I'm like, maybe your Sims don't really want like this or that, and maybe this is a vacation rental, and so I was just trying to keep it kind of general for the Sims, and going to be adding a soccer ball and going to be adding just some decorations into the cubbies. I did put some guitars in this room, and I do add the dressers. I use them kind of as side tables because I felt like it was going to be weird just add two side tables like right next to each other, so might as well just add a dresser at that point in my mind. And so we are just going to be adding another guitar and going to be adding some wall decorations, some pictures. And again, I was trying to keep this very generic, and so it took me a minute to figure out like what exactly I wanted, but I end up using a lot of different kind of styles. And so we do use this picture of the beach, but I thought it was too beachy, not like more, and I was trying to go for it kind of more coastal. I know there's not a difference, but I felt like that was just not what I did, so I do get rid of that, but you don't see it. And so we are just going to be finishing up this room and this house, so please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I post new videos every single week, and if you have any ideas for me to build, please make sure to leave them down in the comments. I would love to hear them, and I will see you all next week for another Sims 4 video. Also, please make sure to follow me over on Instagram. So have a good week. Bye!